Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Chemistry Tutorial. This is Dhanjit Teka. Today in this video we'll discuss about harmonic oscillator or vibrational motion, and this motion will be discussed under quantum approach. Okay, this is a part of quantum chemistry. We'll discuss about it. So before starting the video, we just have to take a brief about harmonic oscillator. What is harmonic oscillator or vibrational motion? Okay, this is a physical phenomenon where a particle will oscillate about its mean position. Suppose this is a mean position O. Okay, this particle will oscillate about this mean position. Suppose it goes this direction to a x displacement, again it will come back and go this direction to minus x. Okay, and again it will come back. Okay, it will just oscillate about this mean position. This kind of motion is called vibrational motion or harmonic oscillation. There are different examples of harmonic oscillation. Suppose in case of macroparticles, we use generally classical mechanics. The approach of classical mechanics generally used. There is different example. For example, the motion of pendulum is a harmonic oscillation, and the motion of a mass when it is attached to a weightless spring. Okay, this will be also a linear motion in vibrational mode. This kind of example we can say in case of macroparticles. This vibrational motion also observed in case of subatomic particles or atomic particles or microparticles. Okay, in case of microparticle, we cannot use this Newtonian formula or classical mechanics. In this case, we will use the quantum mechanics approach. Quantum mechanic approach. There are different examples of vibrational motion. You can consider the vibrational motion of diatomic molecule. This is a oscillatory motion. Diatomic molecule, for example, HCl molecule. Okay, this is a very familiar example. In this case, we will use the quantum mechanics. In case of macroparticle, we will use classical mechanics. Okay, this is the introduction of vibrational motion. So in the first video, we'll discuss about the classical mechanics, that is classical approach of vibrational motion. The second video will discuss about quantum mechanics. Okay, so let us start with the classical mechanics first. So let us first discuss the classical mechanics of harmonic oscillator. You see, in this case, when an oscillator is said to be harmonic, when a particle, suppose it is a particle or it is in the mean position O, when it oscillates about a mean position to a x direction, positive x direction, and then it is again in minus x direction. When this motion is happening in a straight line, when this motion is happening in case of a straight line, we call it as a simple harmonic oscillator. Simple harmonic oscillator. Okay, it is found that the force when a particle is displaced to a certain extent, a force is acting on this particle in a opposite direction of this displacement. Suppose displacement is going in this direction, then force will act on this direction, on the opposite direction, and this force is called restoring force or restoring force. And according to the Hooke's law, it is found that this Hooke's law, it is found that this restoring force in the opposite direction of displacement, it is directly proportional to the displacement. So we can use F equal to minus of Kx. This is a constant, it is called force constant. Okay, this expression is called Hooke's law of harmonic oscillator. You can number it as number 1. Since it is a motion of macromolecule, we can use the Newtonian motion. It is a Newtonian motion. Okay, so we can use in this case the Newton's law of motion. That is, this F can be written as F equal to ma, where a is the acceleration, of the particle of mass m. So in place of a, that is acceleration, we can write d square x divided by dt square. This is the expression, the differential expression of acceleration. Okay, so we can write F equal to m into d square x divided by dt square. You consider it as number 2 equation. So from both the equation, what we will get? So from equation 1 and 2, we will get minus of kx equal to m into d square x divided by dt square. So it can be rearranged like d square x dt square plus k by m into x equal to 0. Okay, this equation can be rearranged like this. So this is a second order differential equation, second order differential equation of x. The solution, will not go for the solution, it is a very lengthy process, and the solution of this equation, this second order differential equation, would be x equal to a into sine root over k by m t plus c. Okay, this would be the solution of the above equation, the above second order differential equation. In this solution, suppose it is the number 1 equation. Here x, it is the displacement, and a, it is a constant value. Here k by root over k by m, it is also a constant. We will see what the constant is. C is also a constant value. Okay, so you see the sine function, this is a sine function. Okay, so sine function generally ranges from sine theta, value of sine theta is ranges from +1 to -1. So x would be also ranges from +1, sorry, this function would be ranges from +1 to -1. So x would be ranges from +a to -a. So it is the A, it is the maximum displacement. A, it is the maximum displacement of the oscillator. That is the particle that undergoes vibrational motion. So this maximum displacement is called amplitude of the oscillator. It is called what? Amplitude of the oscillator. Okay. Positive amplitude, that is in the positive direction. If you consider a mean position from this, it will be the plus A. From this way, it will be minus A. This is the mean position. Okay. These are the maximum displacement of the oscillator. Now we will see the vibrational frequency or the root over K by M value. This one. Okay. So this is the solution, that is x equal to SI root over K by M T plus C. In this place, this root over K by M, it is expressed as omega T. Okay. This omega here, it is the angular velocity of the simple harmonic motion. Okay. This omega T can be very clear. It can be understood very clearly when we express this simple harmonic oscillation in terms of a circular motion. Okay. Suppose it has a and minus A. These are the amplitude. So if we consider a circle over here, afferent circle, we are expressing the linear motion in the reference of a circular motion. Suppose this is the mean position and this is the positive position, positive direction, this is the negative direction. Initially it is on this line. Okay. When this particle have a displacement of x displacement at time t, suppose at p point it is displaced, then the angular displacement would be up to this point. Okay. Then the angular displacement with and the angular velocity, if angular velocity is omega, then the angular displacement in time would be omega t, because omega t, angular velocity, it is the angular displacement divided by time. Okay. So it would be the angular displacement. So we know that angular velocity here, omega, it is the angular velocity of the oscillator. For a complete rotation, the angular displacement would be twice pi and the time period would be, suppose it is Tesla. So 1 by Tesla we can write the frequency, that is mu. Okay, nu naught. Here it is the complete rotation, pi it is the complete rotation, it is the time period of complete rotation. Twice pi, it is the angular displacement of complete rotation, it is the time period of complete rotation. 1 by t we can write it as, it is the fundamental frequency. So what we have got, we have found that omega, it is twice pi nu naught. In place of omega we can write root over K by M. This is we have found in the above equation. So twice pi mu.
So we can write this fundamental frequency mu naught, it would be root over k by m into 1 by twice pi. Okay, for a mass of particle, for a particle of mass m, if it undergoes a harmonic oscillator, then its fundamental frequency would be 1 by twice pi into root over k by m. For diatomic molecule, if a diatomic molecule, if it is going under harmonic oscillation, then in place of mass m, we should consider the reduced mass. Okay, it will be 1 by mu naught m1 plus m2 for diatomic molecule. So fundamental frequency would be 1 by twice pi root over k by, in place of m we will write mu naught, the reduced mass of the diatomic molecule. Okay, so this is the fundamental frequency of a harmonic oscillator. Mu equal to 1 by twice pi root over k by m. Now we will see the kinetic energy of the harmonic oscillator.
Now we will see what will be the kinetic energy of harmonic oscillator according to the classical concept. Okay, so kinetic energy. So kinetic energy of a substance or a particle of mass m with velocity vx, that is along the x-axis, would be given by half of mv square. This is a Newtonian law of motion. So in place of vx, we can write dx by dt whole to the power square. So we can write in place of x a of sine omega t plus c of dt whole square. Okay, so if we differentiate this sine function, then this would be the constant. Okay, it will come out of this differentiation part, so it will a square. So d dt of sine omega t, we'll have to differentiate this part. When we'll differentiate this part, it will come out as half of m a square, and it will give you omega square cos omega t plus c. So in place of omega we can write here m a square. In place of omega, we know omega it is root over k by m. So in place of omega square, we can write k by m cos omega t plus c. Okay, m cancel out, so your result will be half of k a square cos square, this would be the cos square omega t plus c. So this would be the kinetic energy of a harmonic oscillator according to the classical concept or Newtonian motion. Okay, now we'll see what will be the potential energy. Now we'll see what will be the potential energy of a particle in the harmonic oscillator, simple harmonic oscillator. See, you see, in this motion, the particle is in the influence of the restoring force Fx. Okay, this is the restoring force. Suppose the potential energy it is V and displacement it is x. Okay, in simple harmonic motion, the restoring force, that is Fx, can be expressed as the
negative gradient of the potential with respect to the displacement. Okay, this you should know, that is the restoring force of a harmonic oscillator, simple harmonic oscillator, it is the negative gradient of the potential energy with respect to the displacement. Again, you know that according to the Hooke's law, this restoring force is equal to the minus of kx. It is the force constant. So if we number it as number 2 equation, then from both this equation we can write kx dv by dx equal to k into x. So this can be write as dv equal to kx dx. When we integrate this equation, we will get v equal to half of kx square. So this is the potential energy of a harmonic oscillator, simple harmonic oscillator with displacement x and force constant k. Okay, so if we try to write a v potential energy v versus x graph, the graph will be like a parabola. Okay, parabola type of graph. So let us see what is the shape of the graph. So you consider here along y-axis you plotting the potential energy Vx, and along x-axis you are plotting the displacement. Okay, so the graph will be like a parabola of form y equal to 4x. Okay, 4x square, this type of graph would be there. So the graph is like this type of graph. It will be the 0, it will touches the origin. Okay, this is the shape of the potential energy graph, and this is the potential energy at the highest displacement, that is amplitude A, and this would be the highest potential energy of the particle at highest displacement minus of A. So from this we can write the maximum potential energy of a particle under simple harmonic motion. It will be half of k into a square, because the maximum value of a x would be x equal to a. Okay, so this is the potential energy of a particle undergoes simple harmonic oscillator according to the classical concept. So now we'll see the total energy of the harmonic oscillator. So let us see the total energy of the harmonic oscillator, simple harmonic oscillator. It will be the summation of kinetic energy and summation of potential energy. So in place of kinetic energy we can write half of k square cos omega square t plus c, and in place of kinetic energy we can write half of kx square. So ka square cos square omega t plus c. We know x equal to what? X equal to, you see here, x equal to a sine omega t plus c. So in place of x we will write the a sine omega t plus c. So it will be k a square sine square omega t plus c. So from both this term we will take the common of half of k square, and the inside the bracket it will remain as cos square omega t and sin square omega t plus c. Okay, this will equal to 1. Half of k square, this mass is equal to 1. So total energy equal to half of k square. So this is the total energy of a harmonic oscillator, simple harmonic oscillator, according to the classical concept. Okay, so this much from the classical concept of simple harmonic oscillator. In the next video, we'll discuss about the quantum mechanical approach for the simple harmonic oscillator. Okay, in that case, we'll derive the wave function, different wave functions, and the energy eigenvalue. So this is it for the today's class. See you in the next class. Thank you.